pretty sure by just those two words, every single person in this room knows exactly what I'm about to talk about. Positions are deeply polarized on the construction of a barrier wall at the U.S. southernmost border with Mexico. Lawmakers are debating this because of three main points. That's drug trafficking, immigration, and cost. Now to start off, Democrats believe that building a wall is not going to stop the influx of drugs to our country. In a 2018 CNN article titled, "Trump's Mexico Wall Will Be a Gift to the Drug Cartels" by Alice Schreiber, she says 95% of drugs coming into the U.S. were entering via container ships and other vessels. Now, building a wall is not going to prevent drug traffickers from bringing drugs into our country. They're going to find other methods of getting the drugs in here, whether we build a wall or not. Similarly, they believe that in the point of immigration, that most immigrants that are here illegally now once came here illegally. In a 2019 Pew Research Center article titled "How Americans See Illegal Immigration, the Border Wall, and Political Compromise" by John Gramlich, he says, "Meanwhile, a growing share of unauthorized immigrants were not people who had entered the country illegally, but had arrived legally and overstayed their visas. Building a wall is not going to stop people from coming here legally and then staying here illegally just by overstaying their visas." And nevertheless, they believe that in the point of cost, that the funding for the border wall is going to be drained from other departments in our government. In a 2019 CNBC article, "Here's Where Money for Trump's Border Wall Will Come From" by Mandy Amasius and John Shin, they both say that the money will be pulled from the following areas: $1.375 billion from the Homeland Security Appropriation Bill, $600 million from the Treasury Department's Drug Forfeiture Fund, $2.5 billion from the Department of Defense's Drug Interdiction Program, and $3.6 billion from the Department of Defense's Military Construction Account. The funding for building a wall is going to drain these other departments within our government and cut back what they can do by limiting their funds. Now, in an opposing perspective, Republicans believe that in the point of drug trafficking, regardless of how they get the drugs here, is still going to at least help reduce the drugs coming across our border. In 2019 NBC7 San Diego article titled "Analysis: Trump Says Wall Will Stop Drugs, Facts Differ" by Anita Snow, she states that, as stated by the President, our southern border is a pipeline for vast quantities of illegal drugs, including meth, heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl. Republicans believe that building a wall is going to help reduce these influx of drugs coming into our country from our southern border. In the point of immigration, they believe that many crossings are going to be stopped, many illegal crossings are going to be stopped from coming across our border. And in an article, the same article I mentioned earlier by Gramlich, he says that there were nearly 467,000 apprehensions at the southwest border last year, the most in any calendar year since 2012. That's a lot of crossings. And building a wall is going to help reduce those crossings from our southwest border and make them have to find other ways to get around. And furthermore, their point on the cost is that the amount that is being asked to build the wall is only a very small amount compared to what our national budget is. In a 2018 CNS News article titled "Trump's $5 billion border wall request equals 0.11% of federal spending" by Terrence Jeffrey, he says, "President Donald Trump's $5 billion request for funds to use building a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border equals 0.11% of the estimated $4.5 trillion the federal government is expected to spend this year." Now, that's not a whole lot of money compared to what our national budget is. It is clear that the construction of a barrier wall in the U.S.-Mexico border is striking up debates between opposing sides all over the country. And because of the facts of drugs, immigration, and cost, it is clear to see that construction is not going to be agreed upon by both sides anytime soon. No one knows how it's going to play out in the future, but we will only be able to tell with time and much deliberation. find anything saying like specific facts, but I found a lot of articles saying that most of the drugs coming into our country from Mexico are not necessarily coming from across the border, like people crossing it, but more so from like drones and planes and other stuff.
Are you doing anything to protect their borders right now?
Yeah, I mean they have like they sent like 4,000 troops down there a couple months ago, and they do have some barrier fences there, but they're and I believe they constructed some in like 2008, but it's not like going across the whole entire area. And they have border patrol on there too. So.
Out of the illegal immigrants, how much or like what percent like overstayed their visa? Did you find that?
No, I did not find a specific number, but the one article I found said that most of the illegal immigrants here are through overstayed visas and not from crossing the border.
So you said there's already like a wall constructed in some parts. Is that to improve it to reduce immigration? Is that full or anything?
In those areas, it's helped to reduce it because they have to go around and find other ways around it. But I mean, overall, not really, because there's still many open areas on our southern border.
In your research, when it came to Democrats, did they describe like an alternative plan for like instead of the wall?
No, they did not describe anything. The most they did find is that they are willing to work with Republicans. It's just that the terms that the Republicans are asking for, they do not agree with at all.
So within the last week or so, President Trump has released his proposed budget. And I don't know, these terms that you were just, or the numbers you were just giving us, were those proposed from a couple weeks ago, or were those from this most recent budget proposal, or have you seen anything about those?
The numbers
Yeah, we were talking about like Homeland and.
yeah, that was from,
I believe in February.
Okay.
When that was, when that come out, and I know he raised, because he was originally asking like $5.7 billion, and in this new cut or budget cut or whatever he's proposed, he also proposed $8.6 billion.
All right, thank you.